The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Dante.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am, sir, you. Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Dante and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness, so share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Dante Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Dante Morrison's website, www.dantemorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Dante. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Dante and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to this edition of the phenomenal The Donta Show. We are, hey, Aura, how you doing? Hey, Pam, how are you? Titan, what's good? Like I just talked to you. Jay, Frat, what up? You're going to love this conversation, Jay, because we're talking about mental health and mental wellness for Black men specifically, talking about Black men. So get all your boys up in here. We're going to ask questions like, do Black men do what they got to do to make sure their mind is right? Do they take the time to just regroup and recharge, or do they push through and allow all those issues to exacerbate their lifestyles? We're going to have a good time and a good conversation on tonight. But it's not just me talking. The Donta Show will be incomplete without the man, the myth, the legend, my phenomenal sidekick. Who are you, dog?
I'm Dana Dane. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's feeling good about yourself today and good spirits. Had a blessed day up to this fire.
That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jay Devon down in Vegas, comedian extraordinaire? What up? He probably got his roller skates on right now, just gliding, through the streets of Vegas. What it do, fam? What it do? What it do? Hey, let's get into this topic. Let's get into this conversation. But before we do, there are two things that today represents. It is February 7th, and for one, it is in bad. But before I start this conversation, I'm going to ask you, go ahead and start tagging people, share the show, invite your friends, your family, your cousins, your loved ones. Let's get everybody up in this building. And speaking of that, let me tag some folks too while I'm talking, because I need my brothers up in here for this conversation. Because
exactly, we need some melanin up in this piece.
You got to get the fam up in here. So get your folks. Start just inviting folks up in here. I don't care where they at. If you ain't talked to, if you ain't friends on no more, it don't even matter no more at this point. Just get them up in here. All right, bet.
And I want to say what's up to everybody that's on YouTube. We need those black hearts. Y'all with us? Subscribe. I tagged a lot of y'all to go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. Don't just go and view it. Subscribe to it. Don't view. That's a new one right there. Don't view it.
You saw that?
Subscribe to it.
Subscribe to it.
Yeah. Don't view it. Subscribe to it. I am a writer. I come off the dome.
Right. What's up, Chris Picardo? That's my frat, my little bro. Hey, Chris, we talking about mental health for men. Are men doing what they got to do to take care of themselves? And we got the official Thais support watching over there on YouTube. Thais said, I was just talking with my friend Mashad 20 minutes ago about this. Yes, Thais, we have to unpack. Are Black men taking care of their mental health on the level that they should? And if not, why, and what can be done to ensure that brothers are getting the mental health, the self-care, and taking the time out for wellness that they deserve and that they need? Because, ladies, you want to have these kings and all that, but some of them is sitting like little paupers because they are tired, they wore out, they beat down, and then you mash them in the face saying, what's wrong with you? Your boy is tired. Yep, Jay asked the question, are we allowed to do it? What up, Sean? What up, Village? Jay asked the question, are we allowed to do it? Are men allowed to just take some self-care time? That is a phenomenal question. We're going to unpack that. But like I said, today is February 7th. Two things today. One, this is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. And at the end of the show, I'm going to close out with a video that was created by my staff. They did a phenomenal job to raise awareness about today, National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. Y'all all have heard of HIV. Y'all all have heard of AIDS. And today is a day that recognizes the impact of HIV and AIDS within the Black community, that really pushes Blacks to go out there and get tested, know your status, because you're out there smashing, but you ain't getting tested. Call a thing a thing. It is what it is. Some of y'all just finished smashing for y'all tuned in. Some of y'all gonna smash after the show is over. Some of y'all probably smashing right now. But whatever you're doing, know your status and know the status of your partner. All right. I ain't judging. I ain't yucking your yum, but know the status of your partner. Period. Point blank. All right. So, Dana, you got a drop or no?
Yeah, I got a quick drop. I just want to inspire some people today because, again, we have all of the suicide in the community. We have people just down and depressed. And people just need to know that they need to love themselves. Love yourself. Mm-hmm. All right? So without further ado, y'all know what time it is. What time is it? It's time for I was waiting for you to say it. It's time
right, you jumped on.
For the Dana drop. Boom.
Hey.
What it do, beautiful people. I pray that everyone is in good spirits and good health during this time. Thank you again for tuning in to the Donta Show. We really appreciate you all. We really love you all. And again, for those of you that are over there on our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button. Again, it's www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Hit that subscribe button, get our numbers up, all right? Tell a friend, tell someone, tell everyone, all right? Today, we're going to talk real quick so we can get into this topic of discussion that we need to talk about. Just wanted to encourage you guys that you need to love yourself. Love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, it is impossible for someone else to love you or for you to love anyone else. Just know when you look in the mirror, when you say to yourself, say that you're beautiful. You mean that by any sense of the word that you're beautiful. You may have blemishes. You may have your own faults. You may have big cheeks, small cheeks, whatever. Just know that you're beautiful and start telling yourself before you leave out to go to work and things or whatever, just say, I'm beautiful. Say, I'm beautiful and I'm going to have a great day today, and no weapon formed against you is going to prosper. So when you leave out of your four walls and you go out into the streets or wherever it is that you're going, just know that you are beautiful. Behind that mask is a beautiful person. Also say to yourself, you know what? I am unique. There is no one like me. It may be somebody that almost look like me. We may have children that look like us. We may have brothers. We may have other relatives that look like us, but they are not us. We are unique beings. We are ourself. We are our own person. So tell yourself, I am unique. How did it say? Others have tried, but they've fallen short to try to be me. So be the best you that you can be. You are unique. You are talented. Everyone in this world, everyone that is in our village, everyone that is watching the show tonight is talented in their own way. I'm a talented musician, writer, producer. Dante's a doctor. Dante's talented in what it is that he does. He can cook. He's a great motivational speaker. Kwame's talented with the visual and the business that he has and bringing this show to life. Everyone is talented in their own way. I cannot forget Thais. We love Ty. Ty will inspire a sad rat. Ty will make that rat happy. I'm just saying, anything, Ty will put a smile on anybody's face. So just know that we're unique, we're talented, we're beautiful in our own way, and no one can take that from you. And before I let you go, and this is going to lead us right into the segment for today, just know that you are blessed. You are blessed that you can see me and you're not viewing me. I can't see you all, but I can see your comments, and I'm not viewing you all. So thank God for another day to be able to inhale and exhale, to be able to raise your hands, to be able to clap, to be able to talk. A lot of people can't talk and they wish they can talk. A lot of people can't walk. So thank God for what it is that you have. And I guarantee you that when you think about it and you start loving yourself, saying that I am blessed, I am talented, I am unique, I am beautiful. When you start saying these things to yourself before you start your day, I guarantee you that whatever comes up against you, whatever troubles you may have throughout that day, is going to be like oil and water. It's not going to mix, because you've already done affirm to yourself that you are the best that you're going to be. All right. I love you guys. And again, thank you so much for tuning into the Donta Show. We love our village. And if you don't believe me, tell them how I feel, man.
Yes.
That's the Dana drop, and I'm out. Peace.
Show me a sad rat, and I'll take him to
I couldn't think of anything. Something sad.
a sad rat. Show me a sad rat, and I'll take him to Thais to get him happy. There's nothing like being a sad rat. On that note, let's just
a sad puppy, a sad dog, a sad.
Let's just move on. Let's just move on. I right. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. All right. So the other day during a staff meeting at work, I asked my staff, how do you define healthy? You know, and it was a question that I said, oftentimes we'll put the word healthy and we'll say, you know, I'm feeling good, yada, 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 because we having a good day, or physically we feel like, okay, I can make it through. But healthy can come in many forms. We never ask, you know, well, how's your spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional health? We don't unpack it all. We just encapsulate everything as, hey, how you feeling? You healthy? Yeah, I'm healthy.
Right,
I ain't got
right.
no cold. I don't have COVID. I don't have this, so I'm healthy. And I think that because we so loosely use the word healthy, that we fail to just dig deep, even with ourselves, and say, yo, how am I feeling? You know, and we all went around the room and we said, yo, so are you healthy? Are you healthy? And be honest. And even me, I was like, nah, I'm not healthy, because mentally, are you frozen? Oh, you looking down. Okay.
I'm reading the comments.
Okay. Yeah. Because mentally, you know, I got some stuff going up here in my medulla oblongata that is like, yo, I ain't 100%. Like today was not the best day for me. Mentally, today was challenging. This is the 1-year anniversary of my father's death. So I woke up this morning feeling kind of off. I'm like, but I gotta push through. You know, I'm gonna make this happen. You know, and it was difficult. It was difficult. My dad is right here, you know, on the shelf. It was difficult, but I'm like, so with that, I'm not having a good day. And I don't think that we allow people, especially brothers, we don't allow Black men to not have a good day. You know, and when they are having a bad day, or try to admit to having a bad day, they don't have we don't have safe spaces to really unload and share how bad our day is. We all say we got the barbershop, but the barbershop is, I mean, it's a healing circle for some, but not for all. Right. So then if I asked you right now, how you feeling, would you answer honestly, or would you say what was safe to answer or safe to respond?
Me personally, I probably would answer honestly. You know, like if I was feeling like crap, I would say I'm feeling like crap. Now, to go into detail is different. You know, if you say how you feeling and then you say go into detail, it will probably be limited detail, whether good or bad. Because, you know, when you're doing good and you put that out there, people pray against you.
Right.
They want you to do bad. So, and vice versa. So, you know, I would be honest, because, you know, and that's the thing with, like you said, with Black men in the Black community, a lot of people want to put that cover over there that they're doing good, when deep down inside they're crying. You know,
yeah.
So
yeah,
a lot of people try to hide it. Yeah.
Right. And like what Jay just said, Jay says, and on top of that, on top of dealing with everything that's happening on the outside, in the streets, on the block, then you got to come home and function as a healer or a listening tool, you know? Right. And then you're a father, so I can imagine you having a bad day at work. When you get home, your bad day at work, you can't dump that on your kids.
You know, I do. No, I do. I just, you know, these
just start shaking and throwing them. But I mean,
I get you can't.
Dads will come home and their kids are happy to see him, and they running up and they like, daddy, 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 or listen to them how my day went. And you know, a father is like, man, I'm dealing with all this on the outside. Or they come home and then the wife is nitpicking and nagging and saying all this stuff about what he's not doing right, you know. And how many of you have ever heard an argument between a husband and a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, fianceur? Is that a word? And the woman, the doctor. Right? Listen, and the woman is literally emasculating the man. She's putting him down. You ain't this. You don't do this for me. You don't bring this home. You know, this is due. I want to have this. All this stuff that is going on. And not one time did she stop and ask him, how are you feeling?
How was your day? How are you feeling?
Yeah, how was your day? How are you feeling? Am I asking for too much? And I think we got to get to a place where we can have healthy conversations about mental health and allow Black men to purge without judgment. Because we talked about this before, Dana, you know, a lot of folks associate tears with weakness.
Yeah. And that's the sad part about it, because I done seen some people that cry whoop somebody's butt.
Right. Right.
Usually
right.
Usually for me, and I know if you guys agree with me, I want to see some hearts. For me, if I'm so mad, sometimes you ever get so mad, all you can do is cry because you can't do nothing
you're
else.
enraged. Yeah, you're enraged.
Yeah. So I don't take crying as a weakness. I take crying as when you got that teapot on the stove and it gets so hot and that instant steam coming out because it's like it's ready to whistle.
Right. It's boiling over.
Yeah,
it's boiling over. So Chris Picardo just said only men crying is seen as weakness. And I asked this question before. I asked women, I said, so ladies, how do you feel if your man cries in front of you? If your man, and the ladies that are watching, please chime in. If your man cries in front of you, how does it make you feel? Now, some of them said, Dana, stop looking down. I keep thinking you frozen.
No, I'm looking. I'm on YouTube. Okay. I'm looking at the comments too.
All right, some of them said, well, I don't mind if my man cries. It just depends on what he's crying over. You know, what he's crying about.
Right.
Basically, we can't be sitting watching a movie, watching Bambi, and he cried at the end because Bambi got shot and died.
Why?
You know, right.
What if he's a animal rights activist?
Right.
I'm saying.
What
if he's an animal rights activist? Thomas cried at the end of some movie when some got killed and he's crying. I'm looking at him like, what? Then I said, oh, maybe he likes animals. I didn't say what you crying for at that movie. I had to figure it out.
But you had to figure it out. But the general population, you know, and like some of the ladies said, it depends on what he's crying over. Let's get through these comments. So Melanie over there on YouTube said, I've been encouraging my husband to start going to therapy. Melanie, I would love to know, has he started going? Or what is his aversion to it? That's a great opening, Mallory, because a lot of women, you know, they don't want, you good. You ain't going to see no therapist. You go to work. You know, I want to know, did he go? You know, let me see the other comments. Williams twins, I feel like I have to fix it. So if your man starts crying, you feel like you got to jump in and fix the situation. You know, and it was this one, I think it was a book said men cry in the dark. You know, so usually men got to find a space to cry away from the family, the kids, so they can get it all out. Because they don't want no woman to feel like they got to fix it. They don't want to be perceived as weak. You know, they don't want their boys to think they're weak, so they don't cry in front of their homeboys and all that. But Jay said it should not depend at all. It shouldn't depend at all why the man is crying. If your man is crying, you don't know what has triggered him to cry. You don't know what kind of childhood trauma he may have overcome. You don't know what kind of adolescent trauma he may have overcome. You don't know what may have happened in his last relationship, and you did the same thing, and he got separation anxiety. And he's like, oh my God, she about to leave me, or he about to leave me, something like that. You know, Kevin said therapy is great, especially for Black men. It has brought so much sunshine to my life, and I wish others would consider it. I love that. You know, Chris said, I call it my man period when I'm having my days. Don't take it personal. I love that, Chris. I love that.
Don't take it personal.
Chris said, I cried watching Coco. Come on here. Kwame said he took it away. It's a long read. Hold on. Kwame wrote a novella. And something else I've noticed is that we are not allowed to have a bad day. When we are said, our brothers oftentimes want to fix it because feelings make people uncomfortable. That's a good one right there. Feelings make people uncomfortable. When we just need an ear or a hug or just someone to be in the space. So I don't. Oh, okay. Kwame personal. So I we don't feel alone. I love what Kwame said. Feelings make people uncomfortable. And I think that what Williams twin says, I feel like I have to fix it because why are you crying? Why are you crying? You know, I'm uncomfortable now. Now I'm awkward because this person that I viewed as this strong individual, you know, the head of the household, the father of my children, the breadwinner, etc., is crying or they're having a bad day. And I can't fix it. So I don't know what's going on. You know,
like I said, and someone else probably said it. I don't mind, like I said, I don't mind my sons crying, but I want them to cry for a reason. I don't want them to cry because
That goes to what Jay said. What is the reason?
Listen. I don't want them crying. Huh?
I thirst. Go.
I don't want them crying because they losing in a game on a video game. I don't want them crying because they lost a game or playing a game, a board game or something like that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is like, that's not a reason to cry. Do you think so?
I don't have children, so I don't know.
Well, will you lose would you cry if you lose Twister?
Well, if your sons are emotional, if they're emotional creatures, are they crying because they lost? Or
are they competitive?
Yeah, are they competitive? Why are they crying? Is it angry cry? Is it sad, defeated cry? I don't know. I'm not a child psychologist, but I think that's a great thing to unpack the reasons why a child may cry or what may trigger that child to cry. What has been instilled in that child about winning? What's been told to them about winning and the importance of getting the trophy and all that? Do they feel they have let you or someone else down because they lost? So they don't want to go and tell you, oh my God, I lost. So it's a fear that's up in there. Right, it's a whole lot to unpack. It's a lot to unpack. And then when it comes, let me see. Mysterious Lion says, I try to help sometimes. I start crying with them. Now you're the OJs. Now y'all crying together. Right.
And we crying together.
Like, I just want to, what's wrong? And now y'all both sitting there crying. And he like, baby girl, I'm good. I just got to get this off me. It's my man period. I'm going through this time of the month. I'm just getting through something. Dee said, at first it felt kind of weird, but when it happened again, it showed that he was human and had real feelings. I felt special because he did it in front of me. By the way, it was behind one of his kids. Look at that. Dee.
That's different. Yeah, that's what's
ladies,
up right there.
Ladies, take note of that. I felt special because he did it in front of me. Do you know how much it takes for a black man to cry in front of a woman? If you didn't realize that, it takes a lot for a black man. I'm saying black man because I don't know about no other race. For black men to cry in front of a woman. So if he is that comfortable with you, to allow you to see him at one of his weakest and most vulnerable moments, you should feel special. You should be like, oh, this may be the one, instead of ridiculing him and calling him soft. Kyrie, Coco's a cartoon. Coco's a cartoon. So I think.
Yo, did you see what Jay said?
No, I didn't see that yet. I ain't scrolled down there yet. Did Jay say something foolish? Hold on. I'm still up here. I'm at Thais. Thais said, when Cuba Gooding Jr. broke down in Boys in the Hood, people laughed in the theater. And to be honest, they still laugh at that scene. Right? Thais, perfect example. Cuba Gooding, if y'all have not seen Boys in the Hood, hopefully everyone has seen it, because if you're in my age range watching Donta Show, I know my audience. When Cuba Gooding, he had just got pulled over by the police by a black cop in front of Angela's funeral home, literally a stone's throw from my front door. A black cop put a gun to his throat, and just did all this kind of stuff. Now, mind you, Cuba Gooding was a high school student in Boys in the Hood. Trey, gun to his throat. Then he goes to his girl. Helicopters is flying around, and she's like, I'll be glad when all this foolishness stops. And he has reached that point where he's like, I can't take no more. Like Dana said, that kettle is about to steam. And he broke down on his girl. He allowed his girl to see him cry because he was just so fed up with the system. He was so fed up with all the stuff going on and against black men. Now, why that was a laughable moment in theaters, I don't know, but black folks, we have a habit of mocking folks when they cry. We drug Tyrese for crying about his daughter. We drug him. Now, this is a black man that just wanted to see his kids, wanted to see his daughter, and he was drug fulfilled all on social media for just being public about it. So, are you laughing at that, no. Dana? There you go, right there.
Well, no.
There you go. There you go.
It wasn't. I think what.
See? There you go.
No, we can't laugh. I'm not laughing at Tyrese because he's really going through something right now. But no, I was laughing.
He was going through something right then, and people was laughing at him. He wanted his kid. We had a black man crying because he was not being allowed to see his kid. Then we got black folks saying, "Oh, you a deadbeat daddy. You ain't this, you ain't that." This brother is like, "Give me my kid." And
but I think like Thais just said, I was laughing about I wasn't laughing about Tyrese. I was laughing about the Cuba Gooding. I don't think people was laughing at him crying. I think they was laughing at when he started boxing the air. I think that's what made it funny. That's what made it funny. When he started,
but it wasn't a funny moment. I mean, the brother was sick of this shit. He was swinging at the air, and it was made a mockery of in the Wayans movie. You know, don't drink your gin and juice in the hood while being in society. When he was hitting the kids when he was swinging. I mean, I don't know. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Let me see these comments again. Let me see. Jay said, when a child cries, it's a signal for a teachable moment. Dana, remember that. It's a teachable moment.
Oh, no. Yeah, I explained to him, I explained to him about the game, and it got to be some winners. It got to be some losers. I get them that because most kids want to win every time.
Okay.
Most kids want to win every time. So when they lose, they don't know how to accept, they don't know how to take losing. Especially, you know what I'm saying? So I do explain to him. That's a teachable moment. I got that part.
Okay, all right. I was on the same page. All right, hold on. Williams Twin said, as a boy mom, come on, boy mom. Yeah. I do not want to teach my son that boys don't cry, because once he meets the love of his life, they're going to desire that vulnerability. Exactly. Y'all raising these hard kids, they're going to be hard husbands. Yep. And these women going to say, man, you don't show me no emotion. Well, I wasn't allowed to show emotions growing up. Emotion wasn't in my household. I couldn't do emotions. So therefore, and I think, and Sharitha just said, my husband was not a crybaby, but he did cry in front of me and the boys, and that taught them that it was okay for men to cry. Yeah, right, exactly. It's okay for men to cry.
It's definitely okay for men. I think men need to cry. I think because no one wants a man or a woman walking around a house that shows no emotion, because then it's like, yo, are we on an episode of Snapped? Because, if you're not showing no type of emotion, I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with you.
But then, and we're going to go to commercial after this, but then at the same time, you got to think about the women that, because we've conditioned our young boys to grow into these men, these hard exterior men, women expect to have, some women expect to have a hard exterior man.
Yep.
So some women cannot handle an emotional man. Some women cannot handle a man that just overly expresses how he's feeling. They can't handle that, because a woman will say, well, man up. Why don't you man up? You need to be more like a man. And I don't know what man up means.
I don't either. I never understood that.
Man up means. But a lot of women cannot handle an emotionally available man. They say they want one, and then when one knocks on the door, they throw a pot of grits on him and say, you too soft, get up out of here. And
why it gotta be a pot of grits though?
Pot of grits. Donald Morton just said, women weaponize the vulnerability of brothers. Women, that's going back on y'all, so y'all can get quiet if you want to, but women weaponize the vulnerability of brothers, are black men. So think about that. We're going to unpack that further after commercial break. Kwame, take us on out. are back for the second and closing part of the Donta Show. Hey, if you have not done so yet, make sure to subscribe to the Donta Show on YouTube. It will cost you absolutely nothing. YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. YouTube.com/Donta Morrison. Join the village. Become part of the village. What happened? I got thirsty. Become part of the village. It costs you absolutely nothing. What's up, Jason? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. So listen. So there was a few comments in the comment section that hit up during break, and I saw it. So Lakeisha Walker, she chimed in, and before we went on break, I talked about some women cannot handle an emotionally available man. And she said, because that's when some who are raised in a household of women. So when you think about that, women who are raised in a household of women where there's no daddy present, it's the mama and 5 girls, and they have basically become survivalists because they're making it work without a man. Do you think they have a different look when it comes to a man? What kind of man can court them? Do they want the man to be stronger and raw because they've been on all that female energy for so long? What do you think, Dana?
I don't think a woman can tell a man how to be a man. I don't believe that. Even if a woman is a single mother and she's raising a son, she can instill in him certain values. But as far as being a man, and I don't think, my mother raised us 4 boys, but we still needed positive male role models in our life.
No, but that's not what she's saying.
Yeah.
That's not what she's saying. She's saying that women who are raised in a household of women are less likely to be swooned or wowed by an emotionally available man.
No, that's what I'm saying. Why? Why would they not be able to be swooned?
I don't know the why.
Yeah. It's like they should be able to, because if they're where they're getting their information from, where they're getting their teachings from.
Well, it could be from the mom, and let's say the mom went through a bitter breakup or divorce or had a series of bad dudes in her life, and she starts telling her girls,
right, exactly.
You don't need a man to do this.
Right.
If the man brings you flowers, don't trust him because he just want what's between your legs, and just all those kind of toxic messages that can make a woman more standoffish when it comes to dealing with a guy. So if a guy does show up and he is being emotional or nurturing or whatever, she's kind of on the fence, like, but ain't you supposed to be like an a-hole or something like that? And then Jay said, because they're not used to seeing it.
Exactly.
They're not used to seeing it. Yeah. And Sharita chimed in, because most times they're used to doing everything themselves. So that's where the mentality, you don't need a man, comes from. Right. And I think that because the women already have emotions. There you go.
That's it right there, Keisha.
If you are in a house full of emotional women, and then this emotional man comes and he like, I want to take you out. And she's like, well, I'm not free tonight. We can go tomorrow. And he start crying because you can't go on a date with him on that night. She going to be like, yep. Thank you, Thais. Every man is not Rupert from Claudine. He ain't going to make you eggs and get you no bucket of chicken. He ain't going to run you no bath water. He ain't going to take you away from your 9 kids. Every man is not Rupert now, and they're out there.
But
Jason said, go ahead.
Read what Jason said. You go ahead. I'll answer.
Jason said, most women who are forced to be mom and dad are forced to be tougher than the average woman. Unfortunately, they are forced into that. Okay. Ladies, do y'all agree? Go ahead, Dana.
Now, when that whole scenario that you're talking about, you don't need a man to do this, you don't need a man to do that. Now, here's the other side of the coin. When your daughter turns out to be a lesbian, you disown her.
How we get to lesbianism?
I'm just saying, because they don't need a man for nothing. So I'm just looking at, you creating these strong women, they don't need a man.
But all lesbians ain't masculine.
I'm just it happens. It happens.
You turned the corner on that one, though.
I did. But it happened.
And you skewed the whole message.
I didn't know, but it happens.
What happens, Dana? You open the door. Go ahead. What happened? I'm gonna let the village.
If you telling your daughter that she don't need a man for nothing, all she's gonna be looking for is everything from a woman.
What are you talking? No.
Okay, well, I'm just looking at that. That's my opinion.
Please,
and
please stop.
And it
Please
happens.
stop. Please stop. Because please, Dana, you're gonna have these folks look at you like, what is he talking about?
No, I know what I'm talking about.
That don't even correlate. That don't even tie into each other. Even
does.
Jason said not true. Thais is looking at you like, what are you talking about?
Everybody's drunk.
No, nobody. No, you're drunk because that whole you got off the wrong exit with that one.
No,
Sorry.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did. But we're gonna get back to the conversation. We apologize for that hiccup.
It's not a hiccup.
Dana, that was
opinion.
That was, but the opinion has to be rooted in some kind of fact.
But it is if your mother is telling you that you don't need a man for nothing, if you're constantly being told that you don't need a man for nothing,
you gonna get a
woman. Then what else are you gonna get?
Bitch, I know you fucking lied.
What are you gonna get?
Let's move on. Let's move on. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Just no. So black men, here we go. So your mental health is vital. And some tips you can use to ensure that you are doing the best for your mental health is to reach out to trustworthy people who can hold space for you. So that means check your village, check your circle of friends. Make sure that you are surrounded by people that can really pour into you and will allow you to be your authentic self. Oftentimes we build friendships, or let's not say friendships, we build relationships and situational ships with bros that still don't allow us to be true. So it is really important, it is crucial that you are surrounding yourself with individuals that really understand what brotherhood is all about and is going to allow you to just express yourself authentically without judgment, free of judgment. All right, so that is key. That is key. Also, black men, what do you need? And I think that is something that we have yet to unpack. What do you need as a black man to help you navigate this experience better? What do you need to help you get through life better? Because growing up, we're forced into beliefs, we're forced into understandings about manhood and masculinity, and some of that may not apply to who we are as an individual. So ask yourself, what do you need to be the best you possible? You know, Dana, have you unpacked yourself? Do you know what you need to really just get through life in the most healthiest mental state possible?
I think we learn that every day. So, things change, especially with what's going on now, because what we needed a few years ago, we don't need now. We need something different. So things change.
I agree. And then what are your coping mechanisms? Are your coping mechanisms working for you? Because a lot of times we may cope with things in a way that is just not the healthiest, but it's all we know. And I think it's important that we sit back and ask ourselves, how do I cope with stress? How do I cope with the bad relationship? How do I cope with a breakup? How do I cope with abandonment? How do I cope with my job? How do I cope? What are your coping mechanisms, black man? What do you do for yourself that gives you time away from all of it to focus on you? Jay said something at the top of the show that was key. He said, after our whole day, then we still got to go home and be that listener and that ear for others. But when do black men get to just steal away and sit in solidarity and just really center themselves and refocus on what's important to them? When does that happen? And the black men who are watching, chime in. What do you do for you? What do you do to cope with all the stuff that's going on? I know y'all got y'all cigar lounges. You got your Henny White. You got your Bible. You got your Torah,
music.
You got music, you meditate, you got all kind of stuff, brother. So chime in the comments and let us know, what do you do, black men? What do you do to cope? What do you read? What are your mantras? And this may also encourage your brothers that are watching that's like, I don't really have a coping mechanism. I don't know how to just really escape from all this and center with myself. So let's help each other out right now, village brothers. Put in the chat, how do you cope? Seriously, how do you cope? Not some foolishness. What do you do to cope? You know, Joseph said games, play music, read, go for a ride. Go for a ride. Yeah, I love that. Thanks, Thais. I'm trying to ask this provoking question to help folks. You know, Kwame said, honestly, if I don't reach out to a brother of mine, then I won't be good. Finding connection and brotherhood helps me tremendously. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Donald Morton said meditate. And you know what's funny about meditation? A lot of folks do not know how to meditate because they can't tune everything out.
Right. There's so many distractions. Yeah.
They can't. They'll sit down and they think they're meditating, but they really singing The Best of My Love by the Emotions. You know, and it's like that ain't meditating. Kyrie said music and journal.
And the crazy part about our community is, and I only can speak about our community, is even if you want to go and, you know, if you want to blow off some steam and get stuff off of your chest, it's a big trust thing. It's like, you know, it's like you can have your circle of homies and you can have your friends, but it's like we said earlier, how honest are we really going to be?
Right.
How honest are we going to be when we're giving out information? You know, if you don't give the information, how can someone help you? Someone may be going through the same thing that you're going through or have gone through the same thing that you've gone through. Right. And if you're not being transparent and honest, how can you receive that help? How can you receive that poured into you to be able to get through that thing and get over it? Okay. And guys, I was joking. I was not serious about the earlier stuff. I was joking. Donta and I sometimes like to stir the pot to see what the comments are going to be.
I didn't stir anything.
Not on this show, but you do sometimes play devil advocate.
There was no pot on the stove.
Yeah.
There was nothing to stir.
But no, I know that doesn't happen. But no, seriously. Yeah, we have to, like you said, we have to be honest and transparent with each other. But it's hard to do that because you don't know who's going to run and tell your business to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. But then we as Black men don't go to therapy.
We don't
go to therapy.
Yeah. Because
we think going to therapy is a sign of weakness.
Right.
But you know, you can't even have time to talk to some of your pastors either.
But when it comes to therapy too, and I've ran a lot of therapists low. I've worn them out. But I want to find a good Black male therapist.
Yeah.
You know, just a brother. Because I've had white therapists, I've had Asian therapists, I've had female therapists, you know, I've had all kinds of therapists. But I want to find a brother, you know, that can really help me continue to unpack all that I'm going through. But they're few and far between. I mean, they're out there, but some of them are so overworked. Their caseloads are so overworked because there's just not a lot of Black male therapists that I'm aware of. So getting one and then getting on their calendar is difficult, you know, and then wait lists are no joke. It's like, yo, I need a therapist tomorrow. Well, I can see you around about June 15th. Bro, it's February. By June, you know, I don't know where I'll be, you know, but I'm looking at these comments and, you know, I see people saying journal. And journaling, I think journaling is amazing because journaling allows you to have that brain dump. You can just put everything off into your book. But sadly, some folks don't even know how to write no more.
Right,
you know,
because everybody's typing.
Everything is on the keys. But to just really sit with a journal and a good pen and just start writing your thoughts and just doing that brain dump on that paper, that is true therapy. And a lot of folks have never tapped into that yet because they like, what am I write about? You just write whatever's on your mind at the moment. It don't have to make sense. It ain't got to be a complete sentence. It's your thoughts that you're getting off of you. A person like me who's a perfectionist when it comes to writing and grammar, journaling is challenging because I'm sitting there erasing like, no, this don't sound good.
Right.
But I got to learn to just let go and release and write. Jason Betts said, I don't really know. And that's sad. Jason admitted it. He says, I don't really know. I don't really know what my outlet is. And for those that don't know, Jason is a musician, very talented musician, always doing music. And you would think that music is the outlet, but maybe it's not. So Jason's like, yo, what can I do? So brothers, Jason is a part of the village. Jason, I'm going to get you a journal. And just start journaling. I'm going to get you something where you can just sit and just reflect and just kind of unpack your life, unpack your day, you know, so that when you enter into spaces, you're going in with a fresh mind, not thinking about stuff that happened yesterday or the day before. because you're just carrying around a lot of luggage. Something that we all do. We carry around a lot of luggage.
And Jason, because Jason and I are really cool. You know what I do is all of us have smartphones, and you have voice notes on your smartphone. I'll just turn the voice notes in, and I'll just start talking into that voice note, getting stuff off of my chest, clearing my head, just talking into that. And then I'll play it back and listen to it. Because sometimes you don't even realize what you're going through or what's on your mind. Mm-hmm. So if you don't journal, you can go back and read it if you journal. But what I do, like I said, Jason and whoever else, why don't try talking into that voice note and then listen back to it, because you may encourage yourself. You know what I'm saying? You may encourage yourself.
Real talk. I like what Donald said. Donald said, I'm sorry, what did Thais say? Throw it back up there. I'm sorry, Kwame. You ain't got to do it like Janet Jackson Poetic Justice. Right. Listen, because even Janet didn't do that. That was all Maya Angelou. Just start slow. Yeah, just start slow. You ain't got to write a dissertation.
Exactly, First Lady.
You ain't got to do pages upon pages. Just get some stuff off you. Just start practicing it. Donald said, being authentic requires us not being concerned with how people will receive it or whether they tell it.
Right.
Do you. And you gotta do you, and you gotta be okay with just doing you. And I think that we have put up so many false narratives of what it means to be a man, that a lot of Black men can't even figure it all out. And we've created this whole new dynamic of what manhood is, or what Black masculinity is, that some men are like, well, I don't fit into that box. I'm over here, so I must not be a man. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. And you're not being true to yourself. So brothers, let's start being true to yourself, to ourselves, and just open up spaces for transparency and authenticity. True friendships is key and will take you a long way.
You said something right there by saying that. What are true friendships?
Yeah.
What are true friendships? Because you don't know nowadays. You don't know why people are your friend these days. People just befriend you because of what they think they can get from you and gain from you. We have a lot of opportunists out there that have on that skin of hiding behind the opportunity. So it's like you don't know who a true friend is nowadays. And that's scary. That's really scary, because you don't know who you can really trust and confide in.
Well, usually it's your day ones.
Not all the time.
Well, yeah, touche. But normally it's your day ones, the ones that knew you back when, before all the hype and the hoopla, the ones that was there with you hiding the bodies. Nowadays establishing friendships is far more difficult because of how fast-paced society has become.
Right.
But I think people have their day ones, and then when you try to pull in new ones, that's when everything just gets all rough and raggedy. Kimberly Jenkins Irvin said about journaling, the amazing thing is when you go back and read your journal and see how you have grown. Exactly. I've gone back and read some journals that I wrote back in like 1998, 99. There's one I wrote in one I have from 2001. And when I say I was a hot mess, and the stuff I was writing about, I look at it and I'll be like, oh my God, where was your mind at? You was focused on the wrong thing. But at the time, I was focused on the right thing. And those things that I wanted, I thought I would die if I didn't get it. But looking back now, I'm like, oh my, are you serious, Dante? Really? that took you under? That had you in your feelings? So you'll see how much you have grown, because in life, we should be evolving. We should be evolving. Yeah. And then last one I'm going to get from Melanie, then we're going to do our closing commercial. Everyone needs a person that we can trust to be able to vent to without judgment.
Yep.
Everyone needs a person that we can trust and be able to vent to without judgment. Right. Some people need to see you for who you really are, and they're not going to judge you.
Yeah.
Because who I am on stage is not who I am off stage.
Exactly.
And I should not be judged because of that. People, and we need to allow people to be their authentic self and create safe spaces for everyone to do so.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we got 4 minutes left. And like I said, today is National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. So my team, well, actually, Ty Gaffney Smith said, I'm going to create a video with some of the staff, and we're going to share it on Embed to talk about HIV in the Black community. Thais, I'm with you. I miss Ariel too. Yeah, man. Ariel we had some inbox and phone conversations that are still carrying me to this day. So, Ariel. Yeah, so we did this video in honor of National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. So before we close out, we're going to close out with that video. Let you all take a look at it. It's really talking about the importance of HIV awareness and education within the Black community. You know what? We'll just close out now and we'll end with the video. So, Village, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Subscribe, like, become part of the Village. It will cost you absolutely nothing. Dana had a catchphrase. I forgot what he said. Something about if you like it, love it, or something. I don't know what he said. But also follow me on Instagram. Instagram Donta Morrison, Donta_Morrison on Instagram. Check me out. I don't do a lot, but I do enough to keep you engaged. So check out your boy on Instagram. And then Dana,
you can follow me on at DNA716 on Instagram and see what I'm doing as far as musically. And I have a lot of stuff up there that'll just make you laugh, to just keep your spirits up. That's what I like to do. And just also make sure you check on someone to make sure that they're doing okay, whether you think they are or not. Just please, we love our village. Make sure we have to check on each other, and we have to be accountable for each other and keep each other lifted up. Love you too, Thais.
And on that note, check out this video from the staff of the APLA Health Prevention Department, overseen by Wow. This is just a piece of the staff. So we did what we could on a short notice. So check it out and like it, or like us, or whatever, Go, Kwame.
Hi, my name is Ty Gaffney Smith. I work here at APLA Health as the outreach coordinator. And I want to let you know today is February 7th, which means it's National Black HIV and AIDS Awareness Day in Bad. Now, you might have heard that a couple of times. I might have thought it was a Michael Jackson song. It's not. It's for National Black HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. And today we want to go around to some of our staff and have a conversation about why HIV testing is important in communities of color, specifically the Black community. So come meet some of my coworkers. Some of them you already know. Some of them are brand new faces, and they want to get to know you as well. So let's go ahead and have a conversation about HIV testing and some of the experiences that some of our staff have had. Come on, follow me.
Hi, I am Dr. Donta Morrison, the Associate Director of HIV Prevention Services at APLA Health. My first testing experience was my only testing experience in which I tested positive. So you can just gather from that how that all went. But here I am 22 years later, still in the fight to educate persons about HIV and to encourage HIV testing. I think it's super important that the Black community remains on the pulse of HIV because we're still so drastically hit by this epidemic. Yes, it is an epidemic within Black communities. So if you are Black, I am encouraging you to go out and get an HIV test, know your status. And if you are Black living with HIV, take it from me, it is not a death sentence, but you should be in care, you should be adhering to your medication, and you should be living your best life despite those three letters, HIV. All right, so Black community, let's get better. Let's keep the messages going. Let's make sure we educate one another and do our part so that we can begin to lower the rate of new infections within our communities. Take care and be safe.
I know that's right.
Hey everybody, my name is Ryan Dunston. I'm Prevention Training Specialist here at APLA Health under the Healthy Him program. We work with clients who are Black and Latinx between the ages of 18 to 39 who have sex with men. And my first testing, I was about 19 years old. I was with my partner who was HIV positive, undetectable at the time. And I was pretty scared. I wasn't on PrEP and we weren't being the safest. So it was a scary experience, but I think it's very important for our community, Black community, because we got to fight the stigma that although we have sex positivity, we can still have fun and still know our status. And knowing your status is sexy. I feel like we do feel that we are invincible and that now that we have so many preventions out there, that it's not going to happen to us. So we got to be aware that this is still a thing, and we got to be aware of it.
What's up, everybody? This is Dwayne Savid, prevention training specialist here at Out Here Sexual Health with the Networks program. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I do not really remember my first HIV test.
What? Child. Anyway, so
Because it was so long ago. I believe I went to like Planned Parenthood and they had to do a blood draw because they didn't have NCs at the time. But anyway, I went there, did a blood draw, and got my results in like 4 to 7 days. It might have even been 2 weeks back in the day. But I feel like routine HIV testing in communities of color, specifically in the Black community, is important just because I feel like a lot of the times we're scared of the doctor, but also we feel like we're invincible. I feel like we think that we're not going to be susceptible to HIV if we're not having like gay sex or something, or we're not going to be, I'll just, take some ginger ale and rub some Vicks on it and it's going to be okay. But that doesn't cure everything, and it definitely does not cure HIV. So I think it's definitely important that we come out and, get this routine testing done.
Hey, y'all, what's up? This is Lucky Alexander. This is a prevention training specialist for APLA, and I'm working with Trans Connections. And my first HIV testing experience was at a gay pride here in LA. I tested because they were giving out an incentive.
period.
Why is it important for Black communities to test? More importantly, Black trans communities, even more specifically, Black trans men to test because we're sexually active. It's important for us to test because we need to know our status. It's important for us to test because it's healthy.
Hi, my name is Daniel J. I'm the front desk administrator here at the Out Here Clinic in Baldwin Hills. My first testing experience was a bit of a nerve-wracking one because I was 25, having lots of sex. I would like to see it. And had never been tested. I remember going to Out of the Closet in Hollywood and going into a room with this white man, and he gave me all the things, the spiel about what was going to happen. He swabbed my mouth, and then he left me in the room. And so I was sitting in that room for about 20 minutes going, I don't know what I'm getting ready to hear. Again, lots of the sex. And so I was really, really nervous. And so that has really kind of helped me understand what it's like when someone is first getting tested so that I don't give them that same nerve-wracking, anxiety-ridden experience. I think the importance of HIV testing for people in communities of color is that when we look at the data, we see that communities of color are at the highest risk of HIV contraction and also at the highest rate of new cases when we look at HIV. So the important thing is when you get tested, you know how to navigate your sexual health. And there's nothing better than knowing how to handle what it is that you're going through. So remember, always get tested. And we are out here for you.